boys, today I'm going to be going through every single nurse bug in the game. This is just a more of a different video to try and bring light to some of these bugs, to maybe get them fixed, and if not, just to let you know about the bugs that are in the game, and if they are avoidable, how to avoid them. I did put quite a lot of effort into this video, so if you do enjoy it, please do let me know. This is a different style of video from what I normally upload, and without any more delay, let's get straight into all of these bugs. So the first one we have on this list was one that was actually sent in to me. I've never been able to replicate it myself, but as you can see from the clip, there is no blinking hand and there is no fatigue animation whatsoever. So if you do actually have your muscle memory down as nurse, this could actually be really in your favor if it does happen to you. But like I say, I've never been able to recreate it myself. I have no idea how it's done, but it only happened and was only ever sent to me after this recent update, so I'm guessing it's a new bug, and maybe we will learn more about it. If this has happened to you, please do let me know, because I would love to know how to recreate it or how it works. But yeah, it's safe to say that this is definitely a bug, and it is completely insane, and if it is replicatable, this can be very abusable. The next one we have are the 3 different blinking animations. This actually got introduced into the game after the update where they updated the blinking animation, because what it used to be was a little bit plain. It was just the 3 orbs or 2 orbs in the nurse's hand, and then she would clench it when it got fully charged. Now the hand burns up as she charges her blink, which looks absolutely amazing, by the way. But as well as this, it can actually glitch, as you see in one of these clips, to go back to what it was before, where nothing really happens and she just sort of clenches her hand. And there's another one where after you mori a survivor, on certain skins, your blinking hand will actually like frost up as you charge your blink, and it looks really cool. I'm not sure if this is intended. I'm 99% sure it's not, because it does have some very weird conditions and it seems to happen at random moments. It's very cool. Bug, maybe they don't need to rush to patch anytime soon. I do really enjoy this one when it does happen in my games. This is another one which only started happening consistently after the most recent update, but Nurse can now blink into walls, it seems, and into objects that she definitely should not be able to blink into. And you get into like these weird areas where you sort of have wall hacks, or you can look through things, especially with the objects. You could sort of position yourself in the middle of a loop. I've blinked into hay bales a few times, I've blinked on top of Larry's walls a few times, I've blinked on top of Hawkins' walls a few times, and I imagine this can be quite abusable, just getting the kind of wall hack and then blinking down on top of a survivor or something. Very situational, but it definitely could be abusable, definitely does need to be patched, and doesn't look great. So that is another bug which came in the recent update for Nurse. The 4th bug for Nurse is you can actually glitch upwards when you blink into a certain house on Haddonfield. Now this is an interesting one, because it used to be that this entire house was a dead blink zone, so that when you did blink into this house you'd be completely blocked, and it was really frustrating. So props to the devs, they did actually fix that. But now, when you blink into that house, it's not completely fixed. You now float in midair when you land in the building, which makes it very difficult to land a lunge, because you have to lunge down as well as towards the survivor. So it decreases your lunge distance. It's not a huge bug. It's not something that's game breaking. It's just something that needs a little bit of attention brought to it, because I feel like not a lot of people even know about it. But it is a little bit of a frustrating Nurse bug. The 5th bug that we have for Nurse is that she can actually return back to normal speed before fatigue even ends after a pallet's done. This is one that's been in the game for a long time. She also can blink before the fatigue ends, or start charging her blink before the fatigue ends. Like I say, this has been in the game for a long time now, but it's just one that I wanted to mention. This is another one that's been in the game for quite a while now. I actually referenced this one in my Nurse guide, which I made quite a long time ago, but Nurse has full control of her sight whilst in fatigue, and a lot of people don't actually know this, that she can actually just look straight up. So you have the penalty of being forced to look down, but nothing stops you at all from just pushing up on your right stick if you're on console, or just moving your mouse up and just looking around as per normal when you do go into fatigue with Nurse. The next one we have on the list is the M1 bug, which is basically Nurse can't instantly swing sometimes when she comes out of her blink. So she will blink, and then she'll go to swing, and just nothing will happen at all. And then normally you have to hesitate quickly and quickly tap M1 again to try and get it. This is one that's incredibly inconsistent, but will happen to you most likely a few times every single game. And it is literally just the fact that that window where you come out of your blink and you can swing is inconsistent. Next on the list we have inconsistent up and down blinks. So this will happen quite a lot, most notably on Dead Dog Saloon and the Temple of Purgation. If you ever have it that you just think you're blinking normally and you kind of get sucked down into the basement, or you're blinking up and you don't actually go up, that will be because of this. I don't actually remember when it started happening, but it has been in the game for a little while now, and it's just one that I wanted to bring attention to, because if you don't play a lot of Nurse, you will just blink up and you won't go up and you'll think, oh, my blink's just getting blocked, but no, it is actually incredibly inconsistent, and it's been in the game for at least 6 months now. Number 9, we have the old reliable of Nurse bugs, the one that's been in the game for as long as I can remember, or for as long as I have been playing Nurse. It is the blink bug. There is quite literally nothing you can do about this, nothing that causes it, but in the most recent update, for whatever reason, it seems to be happening more often. When I was streaming the other night, my Twitch is linked in the description if you're interested in watching that, it was happening to me 4, 5, 6 times a game, and it is just making it literally so you have to wait 7 or 8 seconds before you can blink. You'll just try to blink, have your M2 button or your left trigger just flashing on the screen, and nothing will happen at all, and the only thing you can do in that situation is just wait 7 or 8 seconds for it to reset, and then you can blink again and you should be okay. This is one of the most frustrating ones when you do play Nurse quite a lot, is the inconsistent hitboxes, specifically on maps like Dead Dog and Autohaven. Here we have a clip of me just sort of using the played funnel to show you the tire hitboxes. As you can see, when I actually do blink here, I blink quite far away from the tires, where I should be blinking straight over to where I can, or the furthest distance over that I can blink. But as you can see, it's quite a distance off of the tires. This shows you that the hitbox that you can actually blink to is quite a bit around the tires, and there's quite a lot of things like this on Autohaven and on Dead Dog, where it's just these small little things like a box or something like that in the middle of the road on Dead Dog, and it just has a much bigger hitbox than it should have. This is another one that I hadn't heard of at all until very, very recently, so I'm guessing it's a new one. But randomly you can get a sprint burst when you fatigue with Nurse. This used to be a thing that was in the game a long, long time ago. I don't remember what caused it, but it was consistent when it used to be in the game, and every single time you fatigued, you would speed up. Whereas this one is incredibly, incredibly inconsistent. It's only ever happened to me once, but I do know it's happened to other people as well. And I did include it in this video because I think a lot of people wouldn't have even heard of this bug. This is another one. This is the only one on the entire list that I would consider to be completely game breaking. If it happens to you in a game, there is nothing you can do apart from DC and take the 5-minute penalty, but you are stuck carrying a non-existent survivor. In the clip I'm showing you here, it happened to me on stream, and as you can see, there are only 2 survivors in the lobby. There was one that I was chasing, but neither of them were down, and I had someone on my back, and I was in that sort of carrying state, and there's nothing that can happen at all, and the only way to get out of it is to DC, unfortunately. There is literally nothing you can do, and I hope this gets fixed soon, because it's not fun if you're streaming or something like this, and you have to wait 5 minutes for your DC penalty. Number 13 we have as the carry-on from the fatigue cancel. So although the fatigue cancel was completely removed, you can still do an M1 attack whilst charging your second blink if you time it right, as shown in these clips. And if you do actually land the attack, it will still remove the fatigue at the end as well. If you miss it, you will still fatigue afterwards. And those are all of the bugs for Nurse in the game that I know of. If I missed any, please do comment down below. I would love to hear about them, and I really hope that you've learned something from this video so that you can work around these bugs a little bit and maybe avoid them better as Nurse if you can. If you did enjoy this style of video, please do let me know, because it's the first time I've ever attempted to do a style like this. And if you enjoyed the content, please do subscribe. It would really mean a lot to me. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a wonderful rest of your day.